Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Tattoo Homewreckers, a podcast where we talk about tattoos, life, and everything in between. My name is Callista, and this is
Callista.
Gaia.
How confusing would that be if my name was also Callista?
Yeah, I've heard of, Trixie Mattel and Katya, the drag queens that we saw. Both of their actual names are Brian. Isn't that funny?
Wow.
Isn't that really funny?
Spelled the same way?
I think it's spelled the same way.
With a Y or an I?
No, I think they're spelled the same way, too.
I should change my name to Callista.
No, you don't. No, don't do that. That would be really confusing.
It would be funny.
Then you could say that you've been copying me all along. Yeah, instead of me copying you.
You have been copying me.
Hey guys, what's up? We both just woke up from a nap.
Yeah.
So if I sound very tired, that's why. But we have kind of a fun topic. But before we get into that, we wanted to talk about the good old joy of
seasonal depression. We're going to hit you with a little bit of hard, and then we'll hit you with some nice stuff.
Yeah, with some fun, nice stuff. Yeah, seasonal depression. It's been hard. This year has hit me hard.
Yeah. It has hit you a lot harder this year.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I just came out of I don't know, it was weird, kind of a trance. And it finally peaked, and now the first wave is over for the most part. I'm feeling good today. Glennon Doyle on her podcast talks about how after she gets through these bouts of depression, it's weird because it kind of feels like you're entering a new spring era where you go through your depression, the wave hits you, finally washes over you, and then you're, appreciating life when you look around and stuff. So I'm finally at that stage, which is great. But for the past few weeks beforehand, it was really bad. It was really hard. I just low energy, haven't been working out, haven't been eating well, lack of sun, obviously. It's cold. It just makes you feel like shit all the time. And then last week I was just driving around with this heavy weight in my chest of just pain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard to do things. And things just required a lot of energy. And I was even struggling just driving to work.
Well, you do hate driving.
I do hate driving, yeah, but this was different. You know what I mean? It wasn't just the regular, oh, I hate driving. This is it hurt me to go anywhere kind of thing.
Which I find super interesting because as somebody that lives with you, you are actually gone a lot more than you usually are. So it's funny because from the outside, you probably look like you're just cruising through life right now. Just hey, I'm just hanging out, having a good time, because you became super duper social at the same time while
dealing with this internal struggle
thing. So I think it's interesting because then when you are in really good places of just not feeling not being in a depressive episode at all, you tend to spend more time by yourself and to be a lot more just solitary.
You know what's funny? I think this might have been it. I actually didn't talk to you about this yet, but I was talking to one of my friends, and I had realized that oh fuck, I just can't really be alone right now.
Yeah.
Which is totally normal. That or it would be to the point where I would just go out and kind of tire myself out, so I wouldn't have to be alone by myself in my own thoughts. And the past I would say 3 to 4 nights have been really nice because I was kind of forced to be alone and actually process and deal with feelings and cry it out and do all of that. But it is scary when you get in those places, you know, where it's just I was dealing with really intense, intrusive thoughts of self-harm, which is funny because I've never self-harmed before. But they were very, again, just intense and very intrusive, just very intrusive. And there was no way out of it except for just doing my best to keep myself in a safe place, which is either be supervised or B, just constantly talk to people or whatever, and C, tire myself out. So that way I didn't have to deal with it and I would just go to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's one of the best things you can do because it's still making an educated decision. So you know what it is you need in that moment, which is to be around other people. I just like to point that out because I feel like a lot of people still only see depression depressive episode, seasonal depression,
Mm-hmm.
as just like sitting at home all the time.
Yeah. That's, yeah, absolutely. It looks
Yeah.
different for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good observation to make because I noticed that too. Like, I was like, weird. Like, I hardly have any cat time. And like, part of me like didn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made that realization, oh shit, like it was just like, I just didn't want to be alone at that point. You know,
Yeah.
I couldn't deal with it until I got to the very top of the mountain. And then I was forced to like confront those feelings and just like process. But yeah, seasonal depression is a thing. I don't know if I'm sure lots of people deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I know lots of people deal with it. I don't know about our wrecking balls, but if you've been dealing with it, hang in there. We're here for you,
Mm-hmm.
and we're all in this boat together.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like when you get seasonal depression?
I guess, I mean, I just rest more. I'm just trying to be a lot more forgiving with myself to be like, well, if you need to take naps, you take naps.
Yeah.
If you don't want to work out today, you don't have to. I still try to like abide by the rule of like not going more than like 2 to 3 days. 3 days is really when I start to just feel like really lethargic and shitty.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll skip like 2 days in the gym. So whereas summertime, I on average work out probably 5 to 6 days a week, just because the gym is warm and I do maintenance almost every day. When I am in this place, I have to like force myself to do maintenance.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Whereas like then I'll have good days. Like I did maintenance and I worked out yesterday and I'll work out this afternoon.
Yep.
And then we're also just doing cool stuff. Like we're going to go see our friends this weekend.
Yeah, which is, I'm so excited. It's going to help a lot because
Yeah.
I know they've been also feeling kind of down. And yeah, the whole forgiving yourself thing, very hard for me. I tend to struggle a lot with that. And so it's important to, when you're in these like bouts of seasonal depression, just be patient with yourself. The more you resist, the worse it is. The more you prolong it. Like,
well, because feelings are meant to be felt. You can't just skip the feeling part and try to out logic it.
Yes.
You have to just feel it. And like, I don't know, I find that the quicker I feel it, the quicker I get over it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also, like, I just drink a lot of warm fluids because, you know, I don't produce my own body heat anyway. I'm a fucking reptile.
Yeah, no, you don't.
This time of year when we are getting cold and it's not snowy, it's really hard for me because I'm just perpetually cold.
Yeah, and we're also in that season where, like, I saw this really funny reel that was like, welcome to the season where you're just kind of sick all the time. Mm-hmm. You're on like the precipice. I don't know about you, but like I've had this like throat thing and I've just been on the precipice and like sniffling and stuff.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yes.
I live with you.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Oh my God, dude.
You and Caboose and me are all just walking around the house hacking up shit.
Yeah. And it's
clearing our throats.
It's funny because it just constantly, it's like edging for sickness. Like if you could edge, but like, you know, for you having a cold, yeah, it's just you actually getting sick and getting through it. It's just you're in constant like.
It's not like seasonal depression; it's seasonal edging around here, people.
Seasonal microdosing depression by experiencing winter. But yeah, no, it's hard when this season is hard because again, you just need to be patient with yourself and call it good. And I used to be very guilty of out logicking my emotions. My therapist really called me out because he told me that processing feelings is not analyzing them and being able to label them. Sure, that's important.
Well, it's the first step.
Yes.
And then you have to actually feel them.
Exactly. That's the first step, but like you're missing the other complete part of it, which is actually feeling your feelings. And yeah, I'm just happy to be on the other side of things for right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still very lethargic and tired and like I kind of am in a creative rut. Making a reel right now sounds like pulling fucking teeth. It sounds so
I'm the
awful.
opposite.
Oh yeah, you've been making them like crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Been like, I think it's just because I'm having fun annoying people.
I love that.
That's where my brain's at. I'm like, my life is awesome. Mm-hmm. Does this annoy you? Good.
For real.
I am full of love and abundance. Does this annoy you? Good.
Your dancing ones are my favorite.
So,
and caboose dancing.
Which actually, that leads us into today's topic.
Yes, it does. Okay.
So, yeah. So basically, we have no advice for you if you get seasonally depressed, except that you're okay. Welcome to the club. If you don't get seasonal depression, don't tell other people how to deal with their seasonal depression. Just let them feel stuff.
Just be there for them.
Yeah.
Simple. But on to a lighter subject. Yes. I want to talk about how I don't know how to word it, but like trying to keep the spark of life alive as an adult. How to have fun as an adult.
I.e. how to be cool.
How to be goofy.
Like
how to be
me.
silly. Yeah, how to let go. Like me.
Yeah. I'm probably like the coolest person that I know.
You should be.
That was a joke, dude.
That's a
Don't
good
make
thing.
it
No,
weird.
you should like yourself like that. You should always be your number one fan. But anyways,
No.
I know that always is like, I just talked about having depression, so it's hard to always be your number one fan. But yeah, I just want to talk about like I don't know, this culture of when you become an adult and when you're at a certain age, you need to act a certain way, dress a certain way, talk a certain way.
That dress one hits me hard.
Yeah, I know it would. And I wanted to talk about how unfair that is, because we got one silly, goofy little life. We are gifted that on this silly, goofy little rock in this giant universe. So why does it matter how we act?
Or
Obviously,
dress.
be nice. Be nice. Be a good person. But like, why the fuck would it matter? Like how we choose to have fun as adults and how we choose to stay goofy.
Yeah. I honestly don't know.
Why does the dressing one hit you different?
Well, because I'm in my fucking mid-30s.
Mm-hmm.
So now wearing small items of clothing is perceived as she's trying to look younger.
Mm.
And I'm like, or I just want a tiny dress for New Year's.
Yeah.
Because I want to look like a walking chandelier.
Mm-hmm.
Or a disco ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because that sounds like, I don't know, a hyperfixation that I currently have. And I've tried on like 42 dresses.
You're just trying to find the one, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You're just trying to find the one dress, which is silly to me because when you see someone dressed a certain way, I don't know, I'm all for it. It doesn't matter what age you are. The White Lotus, we just watched that episode. Yep. And if you guys haven't seen The White Lotus, you should watch it. It's so good.
Iconic.
Yeah, amazing. Season 2, there is this outfit that one of the blonde one wears.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally like, it's like not even a fucking top. It's like a bandeau, like a strapless bra, and then like a matching skirt.
Yeah.
She looks hot.
Yeah.
And those characters are supposed to be in their mid-30s. Who fucking cares? Have fun with it. You and I are literally dressed up as reindeer right now.
Yeah, but that's because, like, fucking props to Anna. These reindeer outfits are amazing. I even have hoods. Yes. But my head's too big for my hood.
That's okay.
With a hat on, so it doesn't fit really well. If I sounded muffled right then, that's because I was trying to get my hood up. I also have just been wearing a Santa hat for, like, I don't know, the last week since we pulled down Christmas stuff. Yeah. Callie came home the other day, and I was vacuuming the backyard.
And she just had a Christmas hat on.
Yeah, because my head got cold, and it was the closest hat. And it brings me a lot of joy.
Yeah,
so
it's festive.
It also has, like, a built-in toy. So, like, the bauble, you can just, like, play with it.
Oh, my God. See, this is how nice. You keep having fun as an adult.
Well, I'm probably the most adult that ever did adult.
You
like, when you see me, you're like, that bitch is so serious.
You know what?
The most serious adult using all the adult words. A proper grown-up.
I'm just really grateful that most of my friends are in their 30s. And I can see that, like, the way you put aging is so beautiful because you were just like, your brain stays the same.
Yeah.
It's just your body that ages.
It's awesome and horrible at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because you still feel like whatever that, like, really identifying age is. Like, for me, it's 12. Where I'm like, okay, I'm still a 12-year-old. And then I look and I'm like, holy shit, dude, you got wrinkles. Mm-hmm. When did you get when did your boobs stop living up at your throat?
Mm-hmm.
It's super weird. Because your brain doesn't feel that. Your brain just feels like, hey, I am me. and I'm still a kid, and I still look at people. The worst part is you look at people your own age.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I look at people in their mid-30s, and I'm like, you're like a grown-up.
Oh my God.
I do not feel that way.
Do you think part of that is because of the way that they present themselves? Because I don't know
Yeah,
about
because they're
you.
like stuffy.
That's a good word.
Which, if you're stuffy, that's fine. The world needs stuffy people. The world cannot just. Well, I say that, but actually, how much fun would the world be if it just functioned with like crazy, insane people all the time? Yeah, capitalism does not function without stuffy people.
I mean, yeah, I feel like part of that is also capitalism just like trying to beat the shit out of the inner child in us.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because again, it's like, I don't like, and the reason why I bring this up is because I have a lot of clients that come in my chair that like, I don't know, that they're always like, oh my gosh, you're living your best life. And I'm like, thank you so much. That is such a compliment. But like, you could do this too if you wanted to. And I get it, money's a thing, but like, a lot of them don't even find joy in like the everyday. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I think it's a practice that we put in place. It's a lot like gratitude,
Mhm.
that it's really scary to people to feel joyous. Like, how often does Ed, that was not me farting, by the way, that was me fucking with the zipper of my reindeer hoodie. I just got scared that it would think that I'm farting. Not that anything's wrong with farting. But yeah, I think that it's because, like Brene says, joy is really scary.
Yeah.
And also, like, genuine play is really scary for people, to just have fun and be in a place of, like, it's true vulnerability.
It is, yeah.
When we post up ridiculous shit, somebody at any point could just come along and be like, that's dumb. And that's going to hurt your feelings. No matter how you fucking put it, it's going to hurt your feelings.
Uh-huh.
But knowing that, like, for me, I'm just at a place where I'm just like, I don't know. I'd rather have people, like, laugh at me than not laugh at all. So I'd rather somebody like see my shit and be like, that person's a fucking crazy person. What the fuck is happening? Like, I mean, come on, dude. We walk around with half the time our hair looks like a mohawk. The other half of the time it looks like a mullet.
Yeah.
It's like business in the front.
Yep.
Especially mine, because I've got blonde in the front and then pink in the back. I just walk around with a perpetual mullet. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's part of like, I guess, would you say that's part of keeping the spark alive? Is true. Being vulnerable with people, obviously, and finding your inner circle, because the more the more vulnerable and authentic you are, it is really painful, because there are going to be a lot of people that all of a sudden don't want to be your friend.
Well, yeah, because you're not cool.
Yeah, exactly. You're not like that. Their vision of like what you were supposed to be. Because I find that a lot of people tune themselves down to fit the general standard of like the cool person, I guess, the average cool adult.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. What's the coolest job you can have as an adult? It's going to be something where you make a dumb amount of money and people respect you. But like, I don't know. Is that fun?
I think it's only fun if that's something that you're truly into, but half the time people aren't. You know what I mean?
But
they don't go into.
I don't think people actually know what they're truly into either. I think that a lot of people are told from a really young age that this is what you like, this is the expectations of you, this is what I want you to be, and then breaking against that's super fucking hard.
Yeah.
And being like, I don't want to be that. I want to be this. Like, we're still told this stupid narrative that you're supposed to like pick a job when you're a child and then just stick with it forever, which is like, if you believe that we only have one wild, precious life, why the fuck do you only ever want to do one thing? I get that sounds like a bit silly, because like I've been tattooing forever.
Yeah.
But also, I coach, and
I was going to say, you do plenty of things outside of tattooing that are way different. You've coached before, you've taught before. Like there's a bunch of different things that you do. And that is a nice thing, too, about being in this industry, is that you meet so many people from different walks of life. And I had a client who I think she was in her 60s, and she made like 5 different career changes. And they're all vastly different from one another. And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. But the sad part is our like culture is like, oh no, why would you do that? That's scary. And I think that's the other part of like just finding that joy is understanding that fear is a part of it.
Yeah.
That like when I'll just use like the posting of shit. When I post stuff that makes me smile, there is a certain fear in, are these people going to receive that well? Or are people going to reject me? And I think it comes down to that primal like need to be part of a pack.
Yes.
And like, yeah, because of the industry and then because of the people we surround ourselves with, we do have a silly good time. But I think that a lot of people, I'm not sure that they necessarily make conscious decisions to be in those like grown-up packs.
Yeah.
That's what we'll call it, because that's what I think those people are. Like when I look at people that I went to high school with and like, bro, they're like the most adults I've ever seen adulting. And it's so weird to me because you can see this like happiness in their life, but you also just see that like longing, or like the people that we talk to that long for something else. And I'm like, well, then chase it, do it.
Yeah.
But it's that fear of being pushed out of their responsible pack.
Yeah.
It's where that weird like measuring stick of like, well, have you saved for retirement?
Yes.
And I'm like, I am not thinking about retirement. I'm thinking about what's going to make me happy right now.
No, for sure. And I've noticed that too. Gosh, the whole like being pushed out of the pack thing. I mean, I'll use this as an example as well. And again, like it's one of those things where, yeah, the more authentic and like the more you sway for, or the more you like truly just do what you want to do, it is painful because a lot of people do or will push you out of a certain pack.
Yeah.
So it's like, the moment I started like really working out and putting on muscle and, you know, dyeing my hair different colors and shaving my head and then getting all these piercings.
i.e. copying me.
Oh, hush. Getting all these piercings and tattoos. The smaller my dating pool has been. And that's fine. That's A-okay. Because that's one of those things where like, well, I'm representing myself in a way that I think is truly beautiful and cool and like how it makes me feel like myself. You know what I mean? And I'm doing stuff that makes me feel like myself and accentuates my personality and makes me happy. But you will notice that like a lot of people are, again, unattracted to it. And that's okay and that's fine. But yeah, I think you're right. The fear of having fun and having that spark of life as an adult is definitely coming from like that pack mentality.
Yeah. Because you don't want to be an outlier. And I think that's the thing is, like, for me, at this point, I'm going to be an outlier.
Yeah.
I am, wherever I go to, I don't have enough tattoos to be a tattoo artist. I have too many tattoos and piercings and an unconventional haircut to, like, go and get a job at a bank. And for me, I don't like that. I don't like this, like, walking in and being like, oh, my God, I look like everyone else here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be heavily covered in tattoos because I love my skin. And for the sake of just fitting in, I don't want to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Excuse me. Oh my God. I'm drinking carbonated beverage. So my bad, y'all.
I don't think they care. I sound like a zombie. I am very tired.
You are a zombie. This is actually our zombie episode.
A real zombie
But
episode.
I think it's just that fear. Like, I didn't always dance as much as I dance now in public. I've always had those little parts of me. Like, I've always had that, like, I guess you could say impulse control with that, where, like, if I get the wigs, I get the wigs. If I need to popcorn, I need to popcorn. Like, I need to move around and it makes me feel good. And when I was younger, I suppressed that a lot. So then when I would go home, I would then be super expressive. Whereas now I'm just like, whatever, you're either going to laugh and like look at me and you're going to smile and be like, wow, she's having a silly good time. Or you are going to turn and be like, holy shit, this person's hilarious.
I know, right?
Like, that's it. Like, when Caboose was carrying that Christmas tree from Lowe's. Okay, y'all. Little side story here. This is the perfect example of like bringing other people joy by doing stupid shit. He didn't realize it was a stupid thing, but also who carries a tree over their head. So we picked up a Christmas tree from Lowe's. He's carrying it to the back of the truck. And we didn't wrap it because I'm not wasting the plastic. And we're about fucking 5 minutes from home.
Yeah.
So he picks it up to carry it through the parking lot, and he is carrying it above his head because that's what he thinks is fun/funny in that moment. And then he walked the tree through another tree. So, because it's a relatively new-ish parking lot, so it has like saplings, and our tree gets completely caught in the other tree. And this person driving by in the parking lot is crying laughing. It's hysterical to them because this grown-ass man.
Well, he had the noise that came out of his mouth.
I don't remember the noise.
It was like he like screamed a little bit, and then he got mad at us, and he was like, "Wow, no one checked to see if there's a tree. No one was gonna say anything because both of us were just walking to the tree."
Well, because why would I? First off, who's carrying a tree like that? Like his arms fully extended above his head.
It was so fucking funny.
And then when I asked him, and I was like, "Why would you carry a tree like that?" He's like, "Well, I saw a hole in that tree, like in between the branches, so he thought he could thread a tree through a tree." But the lady that was in the passenger seat, yeah, she was just like good to go, and she was hysterically laughing to the point when they were driving away, and I could hear her telling the person like, "Oh my gosh, there was a tree in another tree," like dying laughing at him. And it was one of those like truly joyous moments because like it was funny. It was him doing what he wanted to do, which he had to carry a tree and in an unconventional manner. And it brought that person so much joy.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the thing is that like when we are in public and we dance, geez, I'm going to belch like 17 times this episode. Excuse me. And so we, like dance.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like I'm at a point now that I'm like, I don't care. And the great part, honestly, is that on social media, more people like that shit. Caboose breaking the banana.
I know.
Aggressively breaking a banana. And everyone lost their mind on it, which is great because if you go to his Instagram page, he's got like 4 videos of him shooting. Yeah. Nothing for like 2 years, and then just a man breaking a banana.
Yeah, a random video of him breaking a banana, which is amazing. Well, I mean, how many times do we like go to check out at like Target or something, and the music will be playing, and we'll be like bopping our heads and dancing, and the clerk will like smile at us and be like, "Oh my god, that's really cute," you know? Like,
yeah, I just think that like. Personally, I think more people should dance. We should also stop gatekeeping dancing.
Oh.
Because that's my thing with that, is that, like, I see this as my personal thing for the world of, like, I'm not going to gatekeep dancing.
Yeah.
Because you tell people they're a good singer or they're a good dancer. And you know what? I think everyone's a good singer and everyone's a good dancer.
Well, I mean,
so that's why I sing and dance wherever the fuck I want. Because if you think I'm a bad singer or a bad dancer, guess what? You're not the boss of me. Also, you're not paying for my lesson, so no.
That's the thing is, like, what is that quote? It was the whole, like, well, birds don't sing to be good at it. They sing because they enjoy it. So if you want to dance to be good at it, that's fine. That's okay. But, like, if you want to dance to just have pure enjoyment, fuck yeah.
But I think that inherently makes you good at it.
Yeah.
I think just loving something makes you good at it. I don't think that you can, just being like, you know what? Do I have unconventional dance moves for some people? Yes. But you know what someone told me the other day? The reason they really like that video of Caboose and I dancing in the kitchen, which sounds really cute, by the way. Like, you think that we're slow dancing. That's not our kind of dancing. It's like interpretive dance, but with 2 people who have no idea what they're doing. And he told me that he really liked it because he said it was like a ride. Like, he didn't know where we were going next. And that was probably the nicest thing someone could say, because I was like, we're genuinely on this ride together. I don't know where I'm going next.
Fuck if I know.
I just let it be. Same with like singing. Same with Caboose making up lyrics to songs, which he does. I have some rules about that. He's not allowed to do it with my favorite songs because he'll just ruin them. Apparently, he used to do that to his mom in the car.
Oh, yeah.
When he was a kid, and she would scream at him. So he thinks it's hilarious.
I mean, yeah, see, sometimes it's funny. Just certain songs are off limits, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for how to have more fun as an adult besides singing and dancing?
No, I think it's singing and dancing. You know what I really want to ask?
Hmm.
You know what would make me super duper happy?
What?
If you guys sent us videos of you singing or dancing.
That's really sweet.
In places where you would not typically sing or dance. That would be amazing. And then if we have permission to share it, please tell us. And I would love to share that.
That's adorable. I love that.
And if you have requests, I'll dance wherever. Mm-hmm. Bet.
Love that.
I don't give a shit. You want me to dance somewhere? I'll dance somewhere.
Boom. Done. Easy peasy.
I think it's just stop with the impulse control. Yeah. Just put it down. Control is literally in the fucking name. It's just a way for people in society to control us. Like she said, obviously don't hurt people, but also just, dude, give yourself permission to have more fun.
Yeah, it breaks my heart thinking about how many people, like, because of what, your age, just decide not to sing and dance in public. It does break my heart. Or just be goofy.
Or just wear whatever the fuck you want to wear. You want to wear a fucking loofah as a bra? Wear a loofah.
Fuck yeah. Go for it. Keely in Ted Lasso, she's in her 30s. She wears crazy shit.
She does.
Yeah. Yep. Fuck yeah.
That reminds me, you should get that fluffy Big Bird top.
I know, I really should. I really liked it. Yeah, have fun, express yourself. I think my only real tip is, I know it's scary, but be more authentic, be more vulnerable, and you will find your people. And when you find your people, dude, it's so much more worth it than all the people that you are going to lose. And I know that sounds really grim and dark and scary, but hey, surround yourself with good company and you will find that you are having way more fun.
Yes. And then you won't be looking at people's lives and being like, oh man, I wish I had that. Because I think that's one of those things that I'm super grateful that I don't do that. Like, I don't look online and I'm like,
I didn't even think about that.
That would be so awesome. Instead, I'm like, oh, y'all want to do that. You want to do that? And then everyone in my life also doesn't believe in impulse control. So then everyone in my life, I'm like, you guys want to go to Disney? Like, yeah.
Fuck it.
Duh. When I decided I wanted to go get my palms read for my birthday.
Fuck yeah.
How many of our friends are instantly like, bet, let's go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, you just find people, the more you're you, the more yous you will find.
Boom. Done.
Quote of the fucking day.
All right. Well, I think you already asked your question for the Wrecking Balls. Yeah?
Yeah. Please send me stuff of you guys
videos.
Singing, dancing, or whatever. If you're into slam poetry, fucking give me some slam poetry.
Yeah. Just do something that makes you happy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have fun and show us if you're comfortable with it.
Yes. Or tell us about it.
Yeah, exactly. I think my only other thing is if I were to ask a question to any of our Wrecking Balls, and if you guys would like to answer, what's something that you've wanted to do that sounds like fun that you've just been too scared to do? And then think about that, and then go and fucking do it, dude. Boom, done. Easy peasy. All right.
Thank you guys so much. And as always, we love you. Please reach out if you have anything you would like to tell us, even if it's just, hey, I think your dance moves are the best in the entire world. And we'll see you guys back next week. Bye.
See ya. See you later.
See you later.